What's up, guys? I'm John, and this is my beautiful wife, Sharisse.
Hey, everybody.
And we are back with another Cupid's Corner. That's right. Every week, me and my beautiful wife over here are bringing you guys new tips, tricks, and things that will hopefully ignite, excite, and enhance your relationship to all new healthy levels. That's right, because we're on this planet, we're here for a short time, it might seem, but you know what? We gotta spend that time with people we really love, and hopefully you'll find the partner that truly loves you back just as much as you love them. That's what everybody, I think, is looking for in this life. Everybody's looking for true romance. Even if they don't admit to it or say they don't want it, they really do. It's just, they keep a hardened shell around their heart, and it's hard for a lot of people to open up in these days, especially with all the communication as far as through social media platforms.
There's
and
so much hot
apps and
hot mess going on out there. I would not want nothing to do with that.
And so, me and my wife, obviously, we've been together for a long time, okay? And, we've been through our trials and tribulations. A lot of people look at us and like, oh, you and John, you guys have never had a problem in your life.
Oh, you guys are so perfect, yeah.
That's not true, right? It's just, we know how to work through our problems, or we did get to work through our problems. And, we loved each other enough to stick with each other, and you give and take in some of the things in the relationship. So, especially when you got kids involved and everything else. We've got a business that's thriving, and me and her are main players in that business.
We work together.
It's not just one of us, and the other one sits home or whatever it is. It's not like that. So we're both players, giving 110% in the business. And then we have our beautiful son, who's doing his thing too as well. And, and all the other great and grand things we have in life to deal with, So it can be a little tough, and sometimes you lose your way. But, our topic today, I think it's a good one because, like I said, we've lived through a lot, and we have our friends out there that are still living the single life and going through the things today, trying to find that great relationship. And, it got brought up a couple times to us about sharing phones or passwords or even locations with your partner. Now, this is kind of like you ask some people, they might say one thing, you ask other people, they might say another. So everybody's got their opinion about this. But what it really boils down to is what you and your partner's opinion is on this.
Right, there's not like any real wrong or right way.
There's not a right or wrong answer to it. It's what you and your partner feel comfortable with. And sometimes your partner might say like they're comfortable with something just to make you happy and appease you or try to help, but they might not really be. So, when we talk about phones and passwords, this really boils down to insecurities. It really does. I mean, however you want to spin it, whether something's happened to a person in their past.
It could be a past insecurity. It could be an insecurity that you've given your partner in the relationship where they feel the need to ask you for your password.
Or they're guilty.
Yeah, that could be another one. Sometimes you have people that are guilty and they're doing something, and then that's why they ask for the password, because they think that you're doing something.
That's right.
So there's 100 ways to make it like, oh, this is right, this is wrong. It's like, there is really no right or wrong answer. So, in me and John's relationship, we have each other's passwords, right? But we've also been together for 2 decades. So the likelihood of us having passwords of each other are very likely. But in the beginning of our relationship, like I'd probably say maybe like a month or so in. Was it a month or 2?
I think it was longer than that.
No, maybe 3 months. Yeah, maybe 3 months. I definitely did ask for the password. It had nothing to do with me doing bad things. I just wanted the password because I'm like, I want to make sure you're like, and listen, at the end of the day, I was 21 years old. Very immature, but I'm like, give me the password because I want to be able, if you don't give me the password, then I feel like this is because you have something to hide, and that's why you don't want to give me the password. Or like, you don't want to show me your, like everybody's like, show me your Facebook messages at the time, or like, show me your Instagram messages now, or like, now you have things like Snapchat and things that disappear after 2 seconds and you can't even track it down, But that's what I said. Like, I don't think it's a big deal if you don't have anything to hide. But I do think, I guess, after being together for so long, that there's like some, invasion of privacy type thing. Even if you didn't have anything to hide, there was like a fine line of, do you trust me enough to not know my password? Like if you didn't get in my phone ever, ever, ever. But, just be prepared if you were with someone like me, that there might be a day that I might just randomly, I don't know, it might be like Sunday at like 7 o'clock in the morning. I might just ask you like, can I see your phone? And if you say no, we're gonna have a problem. So be prepared for something like that. I mean, I'm not like all the rest of the girls out there. I'm not. At least I'm being honest with you guys, right? That's what you guys watch the show for, because you wanted me to be honest. Well, that's me being honest. John's smiling.
Guys, you better sleep light. I caught this girl like military, like crawling underneath the floor to get to my phone next to the side of the bed on the ground. Woke up, right? I'm like, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing?
Because I used to sneak and get his phone in the middle of the night, you know? Because I'm like, dude.
Wait till you sleep. Then they go after whatever you have. Watch out.
But I think, you know, it's a thing.
You know, I really do think it boils down to those insecurities, whatever it is. And like, you know, when people first get in a relationship, they have to fill each other out. They're adapting to each other. Obviously, you know, people are gonna have past too as well, right? And some that baggage or things that come along in the past could try to, you know, swirl itself back up, I guess, for the future. So, you know, there's a lot of things that people go through. I mean, listen, the best way I think is to understand your partner, talk to them about things, talk to them maybe, I wouldn't say get into their past relationship type deals, but maybe what, you know, some of the things that maybe were not so good in their relationships in the past that maybe you can improve on, and then make them feel comfortable, or then make them feel confident that, listen, you're in it too, just like them, and there's nothing to be worried about. Obviously, things change. People can grow apart. Things happen. You know, all different types of things. I've talked to people where, you know, they've had, you know, miscarriage and stuff like that, and the relationship was never the same, right? Like, it's just certain things because they couldn't communicate. They blame each other. Just certain things. So, the best thing to do is go back to the number one rule: communication. Talk. Especially when you first get in a relationship, you want to learn about that person, know about that person. Make sure that's a stable person too as well, right? I was talking to somebody the other night, and he was telling me about, you know, he got with this girl, whatever, everything was all good, and then he was like, hey, we were just hanging out or whatever, and she goes, I'm a very unstable person, and you know, I might hurt myself. This guy, hey, don't put it on me. I was with you one night, so why are you messing with me and doing and saying all these things? So you better be careful who you mess around with too as well, because they could take it more serious than you take it, and at that point you're gonna have problems.
You guys better talk it out.
And if you're in a relationship, that person could come back and haunt you possibly if you did do something wrong. So, you know, the best way to be is be bulletproof. Don't do anything you wouldn't do in front of a camera or that person, and then you should be okay.
Yeah.
Now listen,
and you can walk around and be like, I don't have nothing to hide, right? And you don't care. And literally you can go to sleep at night sound asleep, where your girlfriend can crawl on the floor and go get your phone and look through it and just verify that you're bulletproof.
But I think with that, I think that setting the boundaries with the partner right away is the way to do it.
I agree,
and then listen, as the relationship goes, because there might things that could happen in that relationship down the road where things might change. You might have to reestablish whatever those guidelines were or those borders were, because things might have been crossed or not crossed or whatever it is. So I would just say, like I said, communication with the partner, learning about the partner, and you guys adapting to each other. So that was a good Cupid's Corner. Back, you know, you guys are sitting, we're in our house right now, but we are here every Sunday with you guys, 11 a.m. on ABC. Make sure you tune in and watch us live. If you don't get to watch us live, you can always DVR it, or head over to YouTube, type in Tight Medical Center, and watch all the great episodes of Me and My Beautiful Wife Sharisse here in Cupid's Corner, breaking down for you guys how to ignite, excite, and take that relationship to all new healthy levels. That's what it's all about. Let's do it, guys. We love you, and we'll see you next week for another Cupid's Corner here on ABC.
See you then.